We have used Double Dazzle to paint jig heads on this channel before. Barlow's has way more than these, but I've got 10 that we are going to use today to paint up some Swimbait heads, but this time we're going to use a fluid bed. For those perhaps not familiar with Double Dazzle, it is a newish line from Barlow's. Very unique because it's clear powder paint with nothing but flake and a lot of it, which makes it kind of heavy in a fluid bed. In the past, we have used it on the channel, as I mentioned, but I wasn't able to get it to really suspend in a fluid bed very well, which made dipping it into the cups doable, but there's always a little bit of a risk there. I'm a fluid bed guy. A lot of guys like to dip it directly into the cup, and that's cool. They got their techniques down. For me, I always just feel better if I can dip it into a fluid bed, and I was bound and determined to figure out how I could float these heavier powder paints, as well as other heavier powder paints, in a fluid bed effectively. That put me on the hunt for a new, stronger pump. This is the one that I've had, has served me well for many a year. It's adjustable here, so I can adjust the pressure coming out of it up to its maximum capacity. I also learned that they measure such things, and this one was rated for 60 gallons per hour, if I recall. I got a new one that's got a little bit more oomph. It's the Aqua Miracle, and this guy is rated for over 250 GPH, 4 times the pushing power as my old one, and it too is adjustable. The kicker on this guy is it was actually cheaper. I got it on Amazon. This one I got locally. Maybe that's why it was more expensive, but I think it was like 60 bucks. This guy was less than 40 or right around 40. I also, as you can see, have the 8-cup fluid bed out, and there's so much juice in this bad boy that it will float all 8 cups using standard ProTech or the standard type of paint. The mold of choice is this Swimbait head by Do It. Pretty classic design. It's been around for a while. This mold came to me from a dear friend, Rory. Big fan of the channel, personal friend of mine. We were having a random conversation at one point about me looking for a Swimbait head mold. He had this one, wasn't using it, sent it to me as a surprise, and I was overjoyed. Enough set up. Hopefully you guys found that helpful, especially if you too are a fluid bed fan and you were looking for a way to use it with this stuff. I'm anxious to get started, so let me get the first color rolling. I'll show you what we got, and we'll get to painting. Our first color to play with today is classic watermelon red, and as you can see, it is just bubbling away to perfection. I'm loving it. Right next to it is the clear coat, which Barlow's recommends, although not required, but it is good once you dip it, to dip it in the clear as well to give it a slightly smoother finish. For purposes of today, we're going to dip it once in the Double Dazzle and once in the clear coat. I have messed around dipping it twice in the Double Dazzle, and it's a thicker coat and it's a little bit more, it's a rougher texture. This is one that was single dipped, kind of nice and smooth. You can see there. We'll get to this color. It's a dandy. Holy moly. That is a 2-dip, and you can just tell a little rougher on the edges. I mean, I can actually scratch it. It's still good and solid, right? It cures up just fine, but I didn't like this look as much as that one. So do as you please, you know, double dip, single dip, whatever you want to do. In general, powder paints usually work better with the thinnest layer possible that gives you the coverage that you want. So you don't want to heap it up. That actually can make it more brittle and prone to chipping. So thinner is better so long as you got that dang thing covered. Swimbait head is in the forceps and ready to get on the heat. I am going to be using heat shrink for the eyes today, especially helpful when using this Double Dazzle since it gets a little bit chunky. This is 3/32, 2-to-1 shrink tubing. You can get it on Amazon as well. I use this size for smaller hooks. These are all 1/4 ounce, so we're using a smaller hook. If I'm doing bigger jigs, I use 1/8. All right, let's do this. There we go, into the Double Dazzle, knock it off, into the clear right away, knock it off. We pull off our tubing. Bingo, bango, looking super awesome. Next up, one that I have not seen yet and am super excited about, purple chartreuse. All right, all warmed up. Here we go, in and clear. For those curious, I'm doing about 10 seconds on that heat gun. Look at that beauty. Man, that is nice. A dandy of a start with these two. From here on out, it is rinse and repeat the same process for all of the rest of the colors. And I think I've been telling you guys I have 10 of these. I actually have 12. So you get 2 bonus colors. We will do them all. I'm gonna set the rest of this to music so that you can see all the colors a little bit quicker. It's just the same process. Because it's powder paint, we need to cure them just like any other powder paint. So they'll go in the oven to cure 325, 350 for the standard 20-25 minutes. After that's done, cooled off, I'll get some eyes on them and then I will show you the final results. I wanted to try this one with 8 seconds on the heat instead of 10, and I like it. So these 1/4 ounce heads, a little bit smaller, you can afford a little bit less time on the heat, and it looks like it's giving me a little better finish. So 8 seconds, looking pretty snazzy.
When we dance, baby, this head close. It's like I'm poison with a lethal dose. Can I help it if I want you tonight? If I leave it, baby, will you come? Let me hold you till my arms go numb. Can I help it if I want you tonight? I said, can I help it if I want you tonight? Oh, I can't.
Well, crud, I screwed that one up. I got greedy, thought I saw something, put it back on the heat after the clear coat had kind of set, and messed it up a little bit. But you get the big idea. Check out the top. All right, I got greedy on the bottom. You can see that lip there, but I think it still looks all right. It'll definitely fish. And there you have it, eyes in place, all cured up, all done. Got the old phone case out again since that seemed to work so well to show these off. But that is purple chartreuse, and the bottom one is Pimp Daddy. There's Junebug on top and fuchsia chartreuse. Silver blue on top and watermelon red. Those are a couple of my favorites. Silver purple on top and black chartreuse on the bottom. That was my goof up, but I have to say, with that red eye, it doesn't look too bad. Black and red, black and blue. I am loving this black and blue. Oh man. And the last two, lemon lime on top and brown orange. I'm actually going to put all of these on the website. I have so many jig heads in my box right now. I don't need all 12 of these, and I have 4 more that I painted prior to as an experiment. So if you like these, you want to pick them up for yourself, they're all 1/4 ounce. I will stick them on the website. That will be available when this video goes out. Otherwise, once again, appreciate you guys coming along. Do hope you enjoyed it, and until the next build, see you guys in the shop.